So there's really three things that we look for when it comes to really anybody who works here, and the crew lead is no exception to that. The first thing that is important is having somebody who is coachable. And coachability, I mean, that looks like there's a couple of different aspects to that. One is having a sense of humility. When it comes to messing up on the job, which we all do all the time, it happens. Being able to own that, being able to say, you know what, I not trying to brush it under the rug or pass it off on somebody else, but saying, you know what, I messed up here. And that's okay in this environment because we all do. Having that aspect of humility is key. And another part of that coachability is the willingness to learn. And being open to learning new ways of doing things, even if it's somebody who has experience and maybe knows what they're doing, but being open to looking at other ways of doing things as, hey, you know what, you're right, let me try it your way. That coachability is really important here. The second thing would be somebody who has drive, or as we like to call it, somebody who is hungry to learn. When you're out on a job site and you come to a standstill and it's like, okay, what are we going to do next? People who really thrive in this environment are the ones who find the whoever is in charge of that job, whoever it may be, and say, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do next? How can I help? And you'll see that with everybody who works here. That is a trait that they all share. We all share, and it is something that is really key to this position and to the individual who will be working here. So coachability, drive, and then the third aspect of that it would be one that I think is very important is communication. That it is something that the communication in this company is something that sets us apart really, I think, from so many other companies. Our communication with each other and our communication with our clientele. And when I talk about communication, I'm not talking about somebody who has to be outgoing or even really has to be a big people person. I'm not the most outgoing person. I'm a bit of an introvert myself. So what we mean by that is communication, and just when you're on a job site and something comes up, being able to just, even if you have to communicate with the customer, just so they know what is going on, of, hey, you know, here's a broken pipe, here's what's going on. We'll take care of it, we'll fix it. But that communication, so that they feel like they are involved in their project, or that they feel that they are a part of that project, is really key. And the other part of communication is communicating with your teammates. If you're going to be late to work, it's okay, that happens to all of us sometimes. But just that heads up of, hey, I'm going to be a few minutes late, helps us know, okay, you know, everything okay, or, you know, not a problem, we'll go ahead and get started without you. Or, you know, sometimes when you're on a job site and it looks like, oh boy, we're going to get done a little bit earlier than we think, reaching out and saying, hey, you know, calling myself, the foreman, and saying, hey, you know, looks like we're going to be finished up a little bit early on this. You know, what do we need to do next? So that communication is a very key part of this crew lead position. And those three things are really what I think this company embodies, and the people who work here embody, is that being coachable, that humbleness, the hunger and the drive, and also communication with one another and our clientele.